Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. BrothersTrucks.com, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system. And by Lead Brakes for the wide pedal.
You are riding along with Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Whether you got a flat tire on your ATV or on the old minivan cruising down the highway, it can be a bad deal. It can ruin your day and it can ruin your fun. It can be really unsafe. But, Brandon, you invented Tireject with your father, and you have solved our problems. You're going to get us out of trouble.
That's right. Well, we have two products. We have our off-road that's meant for your ATVs, lawnmowers, golf carts, that sort of thing, and we have our automotive tire sealant. And off-road, it's what we call 5-in-1, where you can protect the tread area, the sidewall, bead leaks, slow leaks, and even sometimes the older tires, they'll get the dry rot, little cracks. As long as it's minor and a low speed, we can actually get a little bit more life out of your tire with Tireject Off-Road. And the automotive, this is our 2-in-1 product, and we can both seal your bead leaks and any kind of tread punctures you'll get in the tread of the tire.
It's amazing. Now, you can do the sidewall on an ATV tire even?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just because our sealant is very different than the other products out there. It's a lot thinner. And because it's thinner, it's easier to install. And you can also get up and flow around the entire tire, hitting your sidewalls, hitting your bead leaks. And that's what makes it very different than the other products out there.
The one thing that everybody wants to know when they're putting something in their tires is this product safe for my tires?
Absolutely. All the materials we use, they're not non-corrosive, non-hazardous. Even for our automotive, it's also TPMS safe. There's no issues getting it through the TPMS valve stem.
Now, what's the installation like? Am I gonna have to take this off the bead, or what do we have to do?
No, that's another great part. It's super easy to do. Anyone can do it in probably less than 5 minutes. The pouch comes with this little adapter, which is just a cap with a hose on it. And you're taking out the valve core from inside of your valve stem with the included tool. And you slide that hose on over and you squeeze in the contents of the pouch inside of the tire, putting the core back in, airing it up, and drive away, and you're good to go. I brought my air nailer with me, and we actually used the air nailer to nail the board to the tire, ripped it out, and gave it a little bit of rotation. It sealed it right up, and from there you could just ride on it like normal. We did the same demo on the automotive tire. We punctured it in there with the air nailer, ripped it out, and sealed it up, no problem.
We've seen how to actually install Tireject, but what makes it so effective inside the tire?
Yeah, so Tireject is a really thin liquid that we talked about, and it actually is made with a liquid rubber of super strong aramid fibers and recycled rubber tire particles. And so what will happen is you have a leak or a puncture in that tire, on contact with the sealant, the fiber particles and the rubber particles, they will wedge into the hole, and then that liquid rubber is actually what will bond and seal permanently on the tire.
Well, Tireject really works, and it's an affordable insurance policy against a flat tire. Check them out at Tireject.com. You know, it never fails. I do a lot of home improvement projects, and every time I do something, Tom, I forget a washer or I forget a screw that I need, and it's a million trips to and from the store. How can Rock Auto prevent that when it comes to car projects?
Well, yeah, even if you've done the repair before, it might be a little different. On a different car, there's different parts required, and you get halfway into the project and you discover you need something else, and you're tempted to, like, well, let's reuse this one old part. And then, like with a belt, you're going to wear out the belt faster if you don't replace the pulleys and tensioners that particular car needs. So what we've done, and a lot of manufacturers have done, is come up with kits. So all the parts are there. Front end is a good example. They vary a lot between the models, and everything's usually wearing evenly. So you get a kit that has the ball joints, the control arms, the tie rods, everything you need to completely redo the front end so you can get an alignment right, it'll handle right, and all in one kit.
And you're disassembling it anyway, you might as well just do the whole thing and do it right.
Right, yeah, reinstall some rusty bent old part doesn't make any sense. And we've come up with some kits you might not have thought of, like our mirror kits. These mirrors on modern SUVs stick out really far. If you measure the width of these cars, including the mirrors, they're wider than what we call land yachts from the 60s and 70s.
Which is hard to believe, yeah.
Yeah. So you're in the parking lot or changing lanes or something, these mirrors collide and break off frequently. And so we thought, well, okay, we'll come up with a kit. So instead of, okay, do I get a new mirror and then pair it with my old weathered, if it's black, it's turned gray, or if one mirror is painted and one mirror is not, do I try to paint them to match? We came up with kits so you get two new mirrors that match perfectly. These are typically easy to install, just 3 nuts and an electrical connector. They're not hard to install, so you install 2 mirrors, the car looks fresh and ready to go.
One of the things I love about rockauto.com also, Tom, is you guys have a lot of instructional videos, and a lot of these repairs aren't as hard as you think. Go check it out at rockauto.com. That's also where you will find all the parts your car will ever need. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, so stay tuned.